Hey Mark, since 2018, your passing game has been growing with Lamar. Do you think this is the best moment you have as far as chemistry with Lamar Jackson?
Yeah, I think it's going great. I don't look too far into, is it, we're doing the best or whatnot, but I think we have guys that are flying around. You look at our receiving group, those coaches, those players, they're all balling out. And I think all that makes a difference, man. Our O-line's blocking incredible. And then, tight ends obviously doing their thing. So I just think it's a team effort, guys doing their jobs, and, we're taking advantage of our opportunities.
Mark, as far as you mentioned receivers, how much does that open things up for you, knowing that these guys are making plays all over the field? Does it seem like, there's more room? Is it different in that regard?
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely more room. We've got a lot of dangerous receivers, dangerous, pieces that Giro does a great job of using. So it's not like you can guard one guy. Like I said, everybody's taking advantage of the opportunities, and when you do that as an offense, it's hard to guard as a defense.
Mark, what have you?
Go ahead. Sorry.
Mark, what have you had to say to Nick with him finally getting back to practice today?
Boyle. Yeah, obviously excited about Nick. It's been a long time, but he's been working hard to get back and get healthy, and yeah.
Mark, you kind of would watch in preseason, like he's constantly tweaking you on the sideline, and just looks very hyperactive on the sideline.
Yeah.
How much could you tell how much he wants to get back, and how difficult this whole process has been for him to have to be sidelined for as long as he has?
Incredibly difficult. I think everybody on the team knows how much he wants to be out here, playing. This means so much to him. Playing here and playing with his guys. It means a lot. And so for him to be able to be getting healthy and eventually be coming out, that's the type of guy we need.
Lamar said it all the way back when you guys were training together in Arizona. He could tell all the way back then that you were locked in and kind of ready for a really big season. Did you feel it, over the course of the all season that this
I always feel it. No, yeah. Like I always treat my off seasons very, I'm very kind of rigid about, how I'm thinking, what I want to have big years. I want to help this team. And, it's great for Lamar and those guys to come out and kind of see where my head's at when I'm in Arizona.
What's it mean to you to look at the leaderboard and see you're tied with Kelsey right now in receiving yards among tight ends, top of the league? What does that mean to you?
That's cool. That's cool. But obviously it's very early on in the season, and there's a lot of work left to be done. The job's not finished. And at the end of the day, there's really only one thing I care about, and that's at the end of the season.
The announcers playing well without Ronnie. At the same time, when you get the news that a foundational player like that is just going to be gone for another year, is it always a downer? Is it always tough?
Yeah, it's tough, man. And we've obviously been hit by a lot of injuries and that sort of thing this year, but you see the type of resiliency this team showed. So obviously Ron is going to be on the sideline supporting us. I love him to death, but he's going to be there helping us out, helping those O linemen out, like a great captain, great teammate, and that's what we expect from him.
Mark, the announcers were commenting on your agility and your cutting ability. Do you feel like you're a receiver trapped in a tight end's body sometimes?
No, man, I'm a tight end, especially, it's National Tight End Day, I think this Sunday, so I'm excited about that. I'm a tight end, man.
What are you celebrating? What do you plan on celebrating that day?
Going off.
Mark, between this year and maybe his first 1 or 2 years in the league, what have you noticed a difference in maybe ball placement and the timing of which the ball gets to you coming from Lamar?
I think just his reads, everything. He's maturing, he's growing, he understands this offense so well. He's always had great ball placement, great eyes, but just the way he's seeing the game's progressing, and it's slowed down to him a bunch. And I think you just see the way he's able to facilitate it. I think every game we've played, been like 9, 10, 12 guys touching the ball, from his passes. So that's big.
During the pregame and even during the national anthem, I just noticed that you're like rocking back and forth. Like you seem like you can't sit still.
Yep.
What's going through your head right before a game like that?
Ready to go, man. It's football is a game of passion and heart, and it takes a lot of courage to be able to go up there and go play and go play as hard as you can. So I'm ready to go war with my brothers. I know they have my back. I have theirs, and that's just the intensity.
Mark, does this Cincinnati defense, how does it look different than maybe the ones that you've faced the past couple of years?
They're going to be good, man. Every time we play a division game, at the end of the day, it's going to be physical. It's going to be a good game. But they fly around. They're a physical team. Up front, it's going to be a handle to block. So, we got to be on our P's and Q's this week. Obviously, a huge game this Sunday, 1 o'clock. Expecting the flock to show up.
We've asked Lamar a lot about the different looks that you guys are seeing from an offensive perspective and how it kind of changes week to week. What about you and coverage and some of the different looks you're getting? Is there things you're still seeing and ways you're being defended that are kind of different than earlier in your career?
Yeah, I think it's kind of grown. Every year is a little bit different. Every year, defenses try to do certain things to, maybe try to stop Lamar and do that type of thing. But that's when execution, gyros, scheme, and all that stuff comes into play. But I'm not noticing anything, too much different. Just going out there and trying to make plays when I can.
Mark, you talk about the relationship you have with your teammates and the camaraderie. How do you go about establishing that trust with one another?
It starts, long before the season. You think about, training camp and everything that you have to go through, the grind. Obviously, we've had a bunch of injuries on this team, but, that hasn't, deterred us from our goals. We've gotten closer. So I think there's a bunch of things that you kind of go into, the chemistry of a team, and it's beautiful here in Baltimore. From the top down, Mr. Bisciotti, Coach Harbaugh, they preach the right things, they do things the right way, and when you have an atmosphere like that and you have great players that they recruit, it's a recipe for success.
Mark, last one, please. What's impressed you about what Pat's been able to do? This offense has changed so much, but he's consistently, leading the way for rushing touchdown after rushing touchdown.
Project Pat, Pro Bowl Pat, man, he's incredible. He really is incredible. Just his obviously coming in the league, D-line, fullback, and then now he's like a legit tight end. You know what I'm saying? He's doing everything that tight ends do. He's so versatile. Giro asks a bunch of him, and in every game he brings it, man. He's driving his feet. He's moving guys, 5, 10, 15 yards off the ball. So he's invaluable to our team. And he's got a huge role for us. Thank you, guys.